that transition. Ladies and gentlemen, we're scratching that itch. Why? Because we can. We need to testify. Initiating that transition. Scratching that itch. We are Pax Stereo. Facebook. If you go refresh your page on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm initiating that transition, but my zipper's stuck. Because I want Facebook to be so connected when I initiate this transition. And so we are doing it. Morning coffee with Mario. My zipper's stuck, but I'm fixing it. So just bear with me. Here we go. Live to Facebook and all the places. Here we go. Yes! Yes!
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Let's get down on the good news train. Have your morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Get the 311 before the morning's done. Laugh until you cry. You can always rely on morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Morning coffee with Mario.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the AM show that comes to you live and unscripted because that's the way we do things. It is us. It is Morning Coffee with Mario, and I'm here live with my partner in crime. Everyone give it up for Victor Allen.
What's up, man?
Big news of the day.
Turkey week, man.
Turkey week.
Yeah.
Getting ready. For those of you, I know how the holiday season can be. And so I want to tell everyone, you have to approach it with a certain attitude. For many of us, these times of year start to present us with certain stresses. And I don't want you to have to deal with the stresses so much. So I want you to get your attitude right because you're going to have to always deal with some people that get on your nerves and cause you issues around the holidays. But remember, the whole thing is that we're moving forward in time. And so get ready to eat that turkey. And so I'm getting ready. One of the things, Vic, that is trending this year, which I've never heard of, I don't know if you've heard of this, Vic, but tiny turkeys.
No, that's not an interest.
Tiny turkeys, that's
no.
it.
Now, does this have anything to do with the limited recall they've had on turkeys lately?
I didn't know about any limited recall.
Oh, you made him want to do some searching, man, because some turkeys are in the mix today. So maybe you want to go to Cornish game hen. No, I'm just kidding, man.
Well, I don't even understand anything. But anyway, Vic, this is not like harvesting the same old turkeys younger.
Right.
This is a specific breed of turkey, which supposedly has always been around.
Right.
But now it's popular, so it's a smaller bird.
Okay.
And so that's supposed to be the trending item this year. I'm going to get a couple for the holidays. So I want you to know, I'm going to try the tiny turkeys. Okay? So be there. Thank you all. I will say hi to all my Facebook friends. I've been getting so much input from all the Facebook community. I want you guys to know that part of the social media is that you guys get me to become actively involved in just minutia and nonsense. Because I guess it's fun. It is fun. It's fun. So it's silly. We're silly together and it's fun. One of the silly areas is my hair. As a brother who never had any of this attention, it's particularly It's very enjoyable to get all this attention over my hair. I recently had my hair done. Nikki Cola on Facebook, going to give her some love. Where's the claps? Nikki Cola on Facebook. I gotta figure out where that's coming. Mickey, she did my hair and she put it into a man bun at my request. My request this time. First time she had suggested it, and I tried it, and it felt a little bit too effeminate for me at the time, and so I wasn't ready. I wasn't sure. So, but the female attention was so good that I was kind of like, well, damn. So this time I asked her to put it in the man bun. You all saw me wearing it for the last couple weeks,
right?
And so I have to admit, I did not run into a female that didn't like it. Vic, it was very hard. And see, I have to admit, I was that kind of attention. We're not used to it. We're subject to it. So if a bunch of women start telling you shit, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh. I found out I'm kind of, shallow. I'm shallow. I respond to that stuff, Vic. I respond to it. All those well wishes on my hair, Vic, I responded to it.
So when people get compliments about their clothes, their hair and everything, and you respond to it, you're supposed to be considered as shallow?
I've tried, I've tried to be above the superficial trappings of life. Yeah. Oh, that's bullshit.
That sounds just like
it's
bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Right.
Yeah,
just take it.
I never had it where I was the focus, okay?
Oh, you've been the focus for different reasons.
Yeah, but I never was given like, oh, your hair is lovely bullshit. That's different,
Yeah.
I don't know if you experienced for yourself.
What's opposite for me?
Well, when you went from hair to bald,
yeah, did
you get some women that experience? Did you get experience of women going to your head and liking your head?
Yeah, you get it both ways. It all depends, man. At the time, it was trending, and it's been already a trend, and now it's the default for a lot of people. So you go there. But yeah, man, I think the part that got me more is I said, I really didn't get any compliments when I had hair. What does that tell you? See, so you never know, man.
Never know. Well, anyway, thank you everyone for my hair. I took the man bun out this morning. In fact, Vic will tell you I came down without. I had it in until I first came out to the studio.
Right.
And then, by the way, it was kind of work to get it all out. So Nicola had told me that when I took it out, it's going to have this crinkly look.
Okay.
So it kind of does. I'm feeling kind of sexy this morning, and I'm just saying.
You're feeling yourself.
I'm feeling. I got both hands in my pockets, and I'm not counting change. I'm not counting change.
Man, is this the Cosmo segment, man?
I'm just saying, I'm feeling good this morning because I took out my man bun. Right. I got the crinkly hair, and even as a dude, I didn't know this would feel this good. It feels kind of good.
All right.
Feels kind of good. That's all I can say. All right, you guys. But remember, we told you, it's holiday week, Thanksgiving week. We want you to get ready for the holidays. We suggest this will be a good time to check your credit cards. Check out your credit cards and start to make your list. Check it twice and get ready for the holidays because of all this stuff coming up, because things are coming up, okay? I want to acknowledge, and once again, all the folks who are reaching out to me on Facebook's Messenger. I can't use Facebook. Okay, Facebook Messenger for me has become essentially null and void. I can't even use Facebook Messenger because we're getting 50 text messages an hour sometimes.
Yeah, man, kind of extra, bro.
That's like a trip, dude.
Yeah, mine is out. I had to, look. I mean, for me, the idea that it's separate. And then also, it's all these pros and cons. So, hey, when I get the messages, they get the messages. Because it's being used as a blast central for a lot of people now. It's almost like
it is like a blast central.
And so
Vic had a wonderful term, and I never heard of that term, the blast central.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man.
Well, it is being used, so I just can't handle Facebook Messenger, so you guys forgive me. Okay, interesting items for you guys that the people were responding to. So last night, I went to the Stinking Rose with anonymous friend number 2. Now, as you might be wondering, some people give me shit. See, so many of the people I go out with won't allow themselves to be in social media with me. None of them will. None of them will. I call them anonymous. So I went out to the Stinking Rose last night with an anonymous friend. Tried to get Vic to go with me and Miko, but they're so dedicated to their work. Yeah, I could not seduce them, even with the wonderful. Here you see, I was at the Stinking Rose. I had the balda cogna, whatever. But anyway, that's the garlic cloves cooked in olive oil. You spread that, and this is the fantastic triple combo seafood platter with shrimp, crab, and mussels. So
that's good eating, bro.
So we went there, and it was, I'm telling you, that triple combo seafood platter, man. Yo, we got to. So we get ready for this other show where we go out to the restaurants and we eat, then we come back and make you feel bad. No, we actually make you feel good because you'll be living better, eating healthier at home. But I want you to know I was out there last night, and so what can I say? I syndicated all earlier last week's shows last night too, so there's out. Oh, here you go. Here's a picture of me from last night, you guys, when I was yesterday, actually not last night, when I was up working in my robe with my man bun still in full effect, and with my cap on, my sleeping cap, which somebody said makes me look like a Smurf. Other people say I look like Marge Simpson, so I don't know.
I think you should be very careful. I use this as a reference when somebody says, hey, I was wearing a robe. I say, prove it.
That's funny. That's funny.
You can't, remember they say, don't list anything that you say that you are what you're doing. If they say, well, show me the example.
Well, we will.
All right.
Coming up in the news today, I'm going to be talking about how the Democrats are now going to talk about changing a 181-year-old rule to allow religious headwear in the House. That's going to be part of my news. I'm also going to be talking about Trump and the people's response from Finland after Trump said the country rakes its force.
You know what? You know what?
He's an idiot.
What?
He's an idiot.
Okay.
It's an idiot. Yeah. Okay, we're going to talk about that today. The Finland people. I'm also going to talk about the San Francisco 49er cheerleader who's kneeling. She looks fine. That could be my wife. You never know.
Yeah.
It happens. All right, and this is the first thing I wanted to really show you. This is these guys, these men. Okay, wait, hold up.
Oh, I love it. Run.
Okay, so this one is all the men.
Run.
Okay, this is about men catching the wedding bouquet. And I want you to know I had my own experience with this. Because one time the wedding bouquet, I was in the crowd of men to catch the wedding bouquet, Victor, and it came down, hit me in the chest, and fell to the ground.
Oh, that's good, bro.
They had to throw it again.
I think that's great. Yeah, man.
Take this look here as we men celebrate. Men, guys running from the wedding bouquet.
You know what? That's jacked up, man. That's cold, man. You know what? It's an invasion. That's cold.
Hey, give it up, everybody. Men running from wedding bouquet. What can we say?
And that got 60 million views, right? Yeah.
No shit. I didn't even notice that.
You got to pay
60 million views?
60 million.
Yeah, wow.
And it
Why can't we got to do more shit like that?
You mean run from?
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you, man.
All right. Well, no comment.
All right.
I'm leaving that alone, man.
All right. I got one other thing that came across my desk that I thought was kind of weird. There was this report that said like 95% of the table salt out there has microplastics in it.
Yeah.
Remember I talked about it? So, Vic, you noticed that we got some new salt.
Yes, I noticed.
We got to replace the salt. And I gave Martha some of the salt.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So I gave some kind of there was only like 4 types of salt they thought was cool. Now we don't know the health risk of microplastics, but damn.
Well, that's kind
I'm
of like,
like, damn.
So did they used to have acceptable levels of asbestos?
Yeah, they had acceptable everything before.
Is there?
That's how we died
Wait a
of
minute.
cancer.
I like the commercial when somebody using that water commercial when the guy says, "Hey, it meets the minimum level of lead," and the guy says, "Anybody want lead in their water? What's the difference between minimal? Do you not just want no lead? I don't want no plastic, no asbestos, or anything else." But you know what?
I don't want any of that shit in my food or my water.
Hey, man.
And I think everybody out there feels the same. We don't want any of that shit in our food or our water. Hey, everybody, recognizing the Facebook friends that are tuning in and also the other social media folks from all over. This is the Morning Coffee. We're going to be doing today as part of our broadcast, for those of you not familiar with the format, we have a whole layout for you, including news, marijuana for dummies, new sports, and hot picks. So if you haven't experienced those segments, you got to stick around. Later on, I will syndicate the show, publish it online, all into the separate, is part of the separated segments. But this is the full-length live broadcast, live to Facebook and all around the world right now, live, Pax Stereo TV. And I get to smoke weed on air. So thank you. All right, everybody. All right, Alexa, drum roll.
Okay.
Yay! All right, drum rolls, because now we have to give you some certain things. We got to give you the weather report because we know you give a shit. Alexa, what is the weather in Compton?
In Compton, California, it's 67 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Today, you can look for intermittent clouds with a high of 73 degrees and a low of 54 degrees.
All right, that's right. And we go from Compton till we jump around to the bourgeois sections of Los Angeles. Alexa, what is the weather in View Park, California?
Right now in View Park, California, it's 63 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Today's forecast has intermittent clouds with a high of 73 degrees and a low of 54 degrees.
Which once again proves my point. View Park is cooler than Compton. Proves my point. All right, Alexa. Alexa, sleeping on the job. Alexa. Jeez, Alexa. Birthday roundup.
Today's famous birthdays include Indian politician and Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, born 1917, American actor, film director and producer Jodie Foster, born 1962, American actor Adam Driver, born 1983, American television and radio host Larry King, born 1933, American actress and producer Meg Ryan, born 1961, Miss Universe 1994 Sushmita Sen, born 1975, an American rapper, singer and actor from California Tyga, born 1989.
All right, give it up with the Alexa for the birthday update. Thank you. That's that artificial intelligence, sometimes not seeming so intelligent. All right, you guys. Want to remind you, too, that we'll have Quiet Storm special broadcast, Thanksgiving broadcast tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I don't know what it is, but it's Thanksgiving. Friday, we have Vic. We're canceling. What are we doing, Vic?
No show for I Victor Miko's challenge, unfortunately, scheduling conflict, so you know what that means.
So we won't be having the I Victor Miko's challenge, but I think we will be having the Real Man Talk. Or maybe we'll talk about it.
Okay.
If we do it, then the topic's going to be dating and holiday spending, the benefits and risk of romance for the holidays. If we don't do it, that'll be the topic the next week.
No, gotcha.
All right.
Gotcha.
All right, everybody. Every week I get a chance to do a slideshow animation with the wonderful photographic work of Victor Allen, the eye of Victor Allen, the vision of Victor. And we call Victor a visualist. He's over there working 3 switchers right now while being live on the air. Who the hell does that? My brother is rewriting the use of that instrument, and that's part of his exceptional talent. But I get a chance to make a slideshow out of his pics. And so the usual routine is that it's he and Miko. So when you see pictures of Vic, usually Miko took those pictures. When you see pictures, it's Victor. So Victor does the setup, the camera preparation, all those things every week. So take a look at this week's Animoto of the Week, the Hot Picks of the Week slideshow animation featuring all free music. We'll be right back after this. Take a break and medicate. Hey, Jennifer. Smoke them if you got them. Hey, Real Shell. Mac. Cassie. Cecily. PMC. What's up? Elias.
Hey baby, won't you slow me right down? Come on, sitting next to me. You know there's something I just gotta say. I've been trying to find the right words to say this honestly. So hoping I can find a way. 'Cause I've been going crazy just thinking of you. You must be so tired, spending all your time running through my mind. I guess that I'm addicted to all that you do. I could call it love, I don't say enough about me and you. Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm telling time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me. So baby, won't you take a look at me? Can't you see I'm all tied up? Because I'm begging you for your touch, asking you for your hand. And I know that they're only words to you, and just words are not enough. But if you give me time and son, I know you'll understand. 'Cause I've been going crazy just thinking of you. You must be so tired, spending all your time running through my mind. I guess that I'm addicted to all that you do. I could call it love, I don't say enough about me and you. Every minute, every hour, every day, 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm telling time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me.
Saints on the body
There's no
heat.
better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm telling time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247
Come on,
got a
y'all.
hold on me. Every minute, every hour, every day. 247 got a hold on me. There's no better way that I could ever say it. 247 got a hold on me. I'm telling time for you good every day. 247 got a hold on me. Lock it up, lock it down, throw the key away. 247 got a hold on me.
say it's not about heat. Pax Stereo TV. Coming to you live Mondays, morning coffee. Good morning, everybody. That is the slideshow animation. Victor and Miko. Hot chocolate for y'all. Yeah. I know, I like it too. What can I say? Hey, you know, one of the things that I forgot to mention that actually was kind of touching to me, and I thought I'd bring it up before we did the news, because it could be part of the news, but in a sense, it was separate. You know, in the morning, for the first 5 minutes, I like to just reflect. It was P. Diddy and what he put out there about his... I don't even know what to say now, because he did such an excellent job of explaining how special she was in his life. Kim Porter. Yeah. His woman who had his children. Yep. His friend, his confidant. And sometimes with us who have these relationships that are they're ill-defined to the public, because it's the public who doesn't know, but they don't need to know. But you have these relationships, and I'm blessed to have women too. It made me think, Vic. Right. When she passed, how he felt about her passing, about how important he was in his life. Right. Yeah. Definitely. And so I was really touched by the whole P. Diddy outpouring of love and caring for the woman who birthed his children. Right. And so I wanted to just mention that and celebrate that. And also, it caused me to have a moment where I thought about the women that had loved me and that I had loved, and I thought of the same saying I always would say: I wish I had loved you better. Right. There you go. Anyway, hats off to P. Diddy and his reference to Kim Porter. Yeah. Everybody, it's that time. The good news, the bad news, and the other shit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a crazy world out there, and you just have to recognize that that's the time that it is. The president is crazy. The president is crazy, and so you're just going to have to accept that he is crazy. You never know what's going to happen. Every day is getting worse, and that is because you're entering the next to the final phase. You've already had the political side at least begin to take shape. It's just beginning to take shape as the Democrats now begin to struggle on their own over the power and direction of the whole Democratic Party, because there's already some issues with that. With the newly elected people coming in, attempting to move on their platforms to change, and then running into the old guard at the Democratic Party, much in the same way that the Republicans had to deal with the Tea Party. So you're seeing that happen in the Democratic Party now as intense struggle begins over who's going to run what. All of that takes effect really January 1st, so you have a little time for that. As much as you like to think about things happening, the control and the power still, for the most part, exists with the Republicans until the first of the year. Okay, but things can begin to happen, and how they initiate those things varies from place to place, committee to committee, even though you can know that it's happening. So the president, seeing all this, knows he's surrounded. But remember, I told everyone, and I will remind you over and over, to separate out some of the issues. The president, because he's fighting everything, is going to mean that it's going to drag through. You're going to, at some point, most likely have the Supreme Court involved, because from what we're understanding, what's happening now that you're seeing in public is just the tip of the iceberg of what's happening in private as decisions are being made about the president testifying, not testifying, responding to unwritten things, and whether or not he will be subpoenaed. All these things are going on behind the scenes, And that's part of the president's fury, his fire, what's driving him crazy, is these things going on behind the scenes because I remind you again, all these people have already been brought in. They have Manafort. They have Rick Gates. They have his dad's the man who did the finances all the way back to his daddy. They have Michael Cohen. There's a bunch of stuff they had, so they're gonna, and they've already interviewed Hope Hicks and Reince Priebus and all the boys and everything. Mm-hmm. So stuff's about to jump off. The elections have occurred. So every week as it approaches Friday, I'm excited about what may happen because you're at that point. But let me remind you, because that's not just it. The president's going to fight everything, everybody, but remember, the president's people are not subject to the same privileges. Donald Jr., Jared Kushner are in deep shit. And specifically, this is the things we talked about, that if the president has to watch his family be unraveled right in front of him, and also watch his family finances, because the investigation to those finances is ongoing. Remember, they already have all the people. Remember, they have all the people. You're getting ready to see the shit. So, regardless of what they do to Donald, they're going to get Donald Jr., they're going to get Jared Kushner. These people are going to be forced to come in. They're going to be subpoenaed. Ivanka may be subpoenaed. So he's going to have to watch his family go through the mill. This is going to happen. They are not subject to the same privilege. And so we're going to get to watch that. The president is going to see that too. You are going to see that. Because part of the issue of the president fighting everything is there is no sparing the American public of the shame. You know, in the past they would say, in order to spare the public, we just resign. People just resign to spare the public. Well, this time they're not going to spare the public this time. He's not going to resign. He's going to fight everything. So the public's going to have to endure everything, which is great. I think that's great. I think it's wonderful that the public endures everything totally, full, 100%. So the president's going to fight everything, and so they're going to fight back. And while they're doing that, you're going to have to endure the spectacle of his family being indicted, potentially going to jail, okay? You're going to watch his family finances be inspected, scrutinized, and irregularities that are found there further investigated. Remember, I've told you in my predictions in my show of 5/22/17, I predicted Donald Jr. would do jail time. Go and watch that episode. The president is getting crazy because he's a cornered animal. He's also stupid. The one thing that we benefit from is his stupidity. The same thing that tortures us, we benefit. He's so stupid that he doesn't realize how really bad this is. See, that's part of it. Because he's freaking out. And if he was really smart enough to understand how bad it was, he'd be freaking out worse. He'd be freaking out worse. Just like his people, his kids would be thinking, but this is my trust fund. My trust fund may have to go. So it may have to go. Trust fund may have to go because the president is tripping. So, I don't know.
So the greatest reality show is still the greatest reality show anybody's ever experienced in politics right now.
You're exactly right, Vic. The greatest reality show is still the greatest reality show.
Yeah, you got to ask yourself, if you have to ask yourself, what is the most difficult experience Donald Trump has ever had? And then just use that as a reference to and equate it to something. You end up going, well, wait a minute. What is the most difficult thing he's had to overcome outside of somebody suing me, landlord, rent control, all these other things that come up, take it to the court, let the lawyers fight it out. So if you step out of that area, is there anything?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know.
No, I
And
don't.
I don't know his history so much like a bunch of other people do.
Yeah.
But you wonder. The president came to California just recently to inspect
Right.
the damage from the fires. Here's a picture of him touring. You know, watching Jerry Brown and the president,
Protocol.
you could tell, you know.
Protocol.
Oh, God.
Where's the
You know.
rake? Where's the rake, man?
Where's the rake?
I
So
wanna-
the president made this statement. Okay, I don't have a picture for that. I don't have a picture for that.
No.
So the president made this statement about Finland, which is, I understand, the whole country's about the size of Texas.
Correct.
The whole country. Not the size of the United States. And that they have a whole issue that they handle forest issues and overforest, growth otherwise, so they don't have forests. So he said in Finland they do it by raking the forest. And all the people in Finland came out, no, we do not rake the forest.
Yeah, man. Hey,
We
man.
rake some of the fields,
I'm sorry.
but they no, we don't rake. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. And then the other people, like I said, all the people in Finland, all over Twitter, you guys, just go look. Just
I'm not. I can't.
all over.
I'm not looking, man. Look.
They rake the forest. First of all, who rakes the forest? See, that's my thing. If they do rake the forest in Finland, who? They just all get out there like rake the forest day, or they like have a special rake the forest budget. Now the thing that's been so bad in California was as the president railed about forest management, he didn't realize that forest management, 90% of those lands in California are under federal control, which is affected by the budget he cut.
So he has all the rakes.
Right, so he has all the rakes. 90% of those lands in California are controlled by the feds and budgets he cut.
Where's the rakes?
And so where's the rakes? But the president's out there. So I want you to know, he's out there touring. I think here's another scene of him touring the disaster. There's a flag, and he's touring.
Now, unfortunately, and
I
I'm
don't know.
praying that this doesn't happen. I'm praying that it doesn't happen, but it can. The rains are coming.
Oh,
when the rains are
God.
coming, there's going to be runoff. It's going to start this
Oh.
week, and it's going to go into even heavier rains, I think, next week. So you know what happens when you have all that brush and it's all burned. So you know what's coming. And we just have to hope for the
God,
best.
Let's pray some more.
Yeah,
Let's pray some more.
yeah.
Okay, you guys, the Democrats supposedly, as they get their agenda, one of the agendas that they're supposedly working on is changing a 181-year-old rule that prevents religious headwear. That will allow some of the newly elected Muslim. It's amazing that the Jewish folks never, I guess, felt compelled to wear their yarmulkes.
Right.
But so now the people who have other kinds of religious headwear, what about if someone was a Sikh or something else? Now they're moving to make that possible.
Oh, okay.
Let's give them up, hands up.
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
know. Yeah, they had it against. They always have rules against what's not your shit. They never have rules against their own shit. They have rules against the other people's stuff. So that's the way that.
So when these super, rich people come from various countries, and say if the Saudis came here, when they go to Washington, they get to wear their traditional stuff. It's no question. There is no
Oh, they
protocol.
probably break the rule. I don't know because with this, I don't know that much about the rule.
Not
but
the
if they have a
princes.
guest into the Congress,
Royalty,
do they get to wear if they get to sit in the
That's
back.
right.
I don't know. Vic is see Victor Allen with his skill of
You know what,
detective-like wit has
man.
unearthed a new controversy, ladies and gentlemen. Just
No.
as I'm saying, Victor Allen has done. Look, take a look. Everybody clap. Victor Allen, Detective Vic.
Wait a minute.
Detective Vic,
there's
everybody give it up.
Must be a standard. It must be you have to have at least 20 million, 30 million, 50 million. There is no, clothing protocol. because you are rich or you are.
When you're rich, you have no rules.
And you make the rules.
All the rules change.
Yeah.
When you're rich. They even sometimes they put that in the rule.
Yes.
This does not apply to rich people.
Yeah.
Got to give a shout out of love to the San Francisco 49ers cheerleader who continues to support and protest by kneeling. Take a look at her. There she is kneeling, everyone. And I'm in love. I don't know. I'm thinking about my children right now.
But it has nothing to do with the protest.
Yeah, because I love women that protest. Look at her. By the way, the one to her right's not bad either. Just saying.
I think I'm going to challenge you.
I'm trying to keep focused, but it's hard. I'm getting older.
I think I'm going to challenge you. I believe they were doing a routine, and all the other girls forgot to kneel.
Yeah, well, maybe it is. Once again, Victor Allen, a nurse. The Detective Vic, everybody.
I'm just saying.
Give it up, Victor Allen. He sees, and yet he knows.
Benefit of the doubt, man.
I can be fooled, but Vic, I thought she also was getting in position to greet me. But who knows?
Nope.
No, it's all possible.
Forgot the routine.
I tell you, everybody. So anyway, what can I say? All right. So that's the way the news has been today. Everyone, where is my controls? Everybody. The president's crazy. Watch out for what's coming. Nutty ass president. All right, you guys. You know we take a musical break at different points in time throughout the show. And the question is why? Why do we take this break? Why? Because we can. So we're going to take this break for a little Love Shadow. Song entitled To Be Loved. Black Jays. Summer. Memorial Song. Summer Memory. Mix. See ya in just a minute. Come on.
This is what it feels like to
Facebook. In your face.
This is what it feels like to be loved.
Hey, yo, feet up, shoes off, kicking on back. Late night, staying up, writing these raps. Engulfed in the summertime, soaking up the sun. Now I'm jet black, yeah, I think I got enough. Halter tops, flip flops, lighting so soft, small braids, Kool-Aid, melon in the shade. Cute boys, first jobs, divas being snobs. Telephone, internet, computer, barbecues, pool parties, overnight stays. Little drinking, little kissing, playing these games. Boys trying to back him, then the next day brag him, but you didn't want to kiss him cause he had that dragon. Laughing till you pee, hoping homies don't see. Cut a little grass for some gas money. Chilling at the malls, getting sticky with the paws. You did it for the rush like a rebel with no cause. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See, we were laws, didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to us, it had no flaws. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See, we were laws, didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to had no flaws.
This is what it feels like to be loved. This is what it feels like to be loved.
Hey, Mac.
And yo, posted at the hoop court 3 straight hours, white mini skirt with the airbrush flowers. We went to cheer the lads and they appreciated that. And you would almost die when he let you wear his cap. You might have told a lie and abbreviated facts if you came home late and were accused of being baked. Me, I didn't smoke, no, mama, I swear. She's only gonna judge me and you know it ain't fair. Trips to the beauty shop, keeping fresh hair. Blowing $80 at the damn state fair. Beach body surfing with the abs looking perfect. Hitting all the clubs, getting love on the surface. From ice cream cones to the Starbucks stones to your new best friend to your breakup song. They all play out like your favorite days. We love the summertime and it ain't gonna change. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See, we were laws, didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to us, it had no flaws. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See, we were laws, didn't have a clause. It was the summertime to had no flaws.
This is what it feels like to be loved.
body heat. Come on, y'all. Yes, I know y'all like that. Zay's on the body heat. Give it up. That's Love Shadow. Love Shadow, Black Jay's Summer Memory Mix. You know, this music is free. All free music. That's why we get to use it here, because we don't run into the copyright issues. That's why we can use it as part of our stream. This music is Creative Commons license. That means that the artists retain their rights for commercial use, but make it available to you, the fans, for free to have, enjoy, and spread around to your friends. That's why we use it on the air, and we love Love Shadow. He is the artist that we love the most. That track is To Be Loved. And I'm working out I'm setting up a repository where you can, because everybody's putting it on me. I want the track. Okay, I told you going to go get it, dig.ccmixter.org. Everybody's like, I don't want to do all that. I want the track. So I don't want it. I'm getting the track, and then I'm making a repository.
Well, you can just always put it in before the show and the links and say, hey, I answered. I got it for you.
I mean, I have to go get it. That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
I don't have all that.
They like to be served.
Yeah, I don't have all that shit. If I had it right there, I would paste it. So why should I go search for the track? Same way y'all gotta search.
And I'm gonna give you.
But I know how to search.
I'm gonna give you their response. Well, don't be playing that shit if you don't want to share that shit.
Why not? They don't do that.
That's how they go. You said so you not gonna make it available to us? What's up, homie?
You didn't pay to get here.
See, that's all they gonna say, man.
I put the link right now in one. Put the link, and I'm about to put it in all the stuff. We putting it in there. www.ccmixter.org. Go get some free music. Okay? Free music. And after a while, I have a repository. Are you ready to talk about some weed?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Times are a-changing, but some things stay the same.
Smoke some weed.
You start each morning with a cup of coffee every day.
Yes, weed.
Maybe hit the snooze, turn on the local news, but nothing good comes from a one-sided point of view. Marijuana for dummies. Come for the info, stay for the reefer. Marijuana for dummies. Come for the info and stay for the reefer.
Yes, welcome to Marijuana for Dummies. Title that I came up with, but I also hate, because I know you're not dummies just because you smoke weed. In fact, the average weed smoker is a wonderful person, gifted intellectual who muses about the workings of the universe and spiritual issues all the time. So welcome all you people. More claps.
Yeah.
And all the marijuana, all the potheads. Okay, you guys, it's been a wonderful week for pot. But first of all, let me tell you what I'm smoking. I'm smoking Royal Truth because I just am. This was full. I don't have any wonderful buds to show you because I basically smoked a lot. This was an indica hybrid. Let me see what they said about it, because I did find some information. Oh, where was my information? I did find some information on this. Let's do it right now. Royal Truth. Let's do it. Royal Truth marijuana strain. Royal Truth cannabis strain. See, I'm teaching you how to do search to help your day. Here's truth. Royal Truth marijuana. Royal Truth. Okay, let's see what they say. Oh, here's Royal Kush. But watch out, we want Royal Truth. So Royal Truth marijuana strain. Here it comes. Royal Truth. And there's a picture. It's a heavy hitter indica. That's the kind of reviews they give. That's helpful. Helpful. It's nothing.
Yeah, not helping you.
We want, because they have, remember, you are Royal Truth. They have the truth, but we want Royal Truth. So I had it before. Okay, Royal Truth, here we go. Royal Truth marijuana. Because it's important to know this stuff, and I would have had it ready, but I was smoking weed. So Royal Truth is a rare indica dominant hybrid. That's what I said. So you know it's a hybrid, but it's indica dominant. Okay? They say it crosses Triangle Kush with SFVOG. Oh, I smoked SFVOG. We had SFVOG here on the show. So it's a cross with that strain. An earthy, spicy aroma. They all have the same. They all have earthy, spicy. This is what I hate about shit like this.
Wait a minute.
They all have earthy, spicy aromas that remind you of the wonderful whatever.
This is colorful descriptions, right?
I don't know. It's bullshit.
Oh, wait a minute. But remember now, you're educating.
It smokes good.
You're educating us, man.
Okay, it smokes really good. It's an
right.
indica strain.
All right.
Now, when they say indica dominant, that means it's obviously a hybrid, a combination of indica, which is more sedative in terms of the body.
Right.
Some people call it a down. I don't like that term. It's just more physical, like you feel stoned, pinned to the couch more, if is the idea. Whereas the sativas are more just psychoactive with less physical, so you're not as...
Right.
So I always say smoke a sativa in the morning, but as I was already smoking this, here I am once again smoking an indica in the morning,
right.
and therefore I am stoned. So give it up. Give it up. It's wonderful. Smoking an indica in the morning, but so what? There you go. So as I celebrate this, because they're still talking about weed prices going down. My place had a little spike, but that was it. In general, marijuana is getting cheaper. And for some states, they're talking about that. Because that's what I told you. Wholesale prices in Colorado, for example, they're talking about it falling by a third in the past 12 months. That's what I told you. I think I just had a temporary spike at my dispensary. I told you that an ounce of top shelf was down to $160. Now, the bigger thing is felt because they're not getting the same amount as taxes and all that stuff. But that's because the price, with everybody growing marijuana, the price of pot is going to go down further. It's going to cost you less to get high in the future. And the weed is fantastic. So you're going to get better weed, fantastic weed. Usually I'm paying now, except for the latest spike. I still say about $160 for an ounce of top shelf. Top shelf. Absolutely superb weed. Superb weed. And that's what it's costing. And so you can imagine black market weed is going to be here. That means that weed that is not grown this way. Especially when you have the fact that as part of the legal thing, you're allowed to grow plants yourself.
Okay.
So some people, even you're not supposed to sell that, they're going to sell it.
True.
They're going to sell it. They're going to grow their own little thing of weed, and their friends are going to say, well, they're not even going to be trying to sell it, but their friends are going to say, I'll give you this for it. I'll give you some. And they're going to say, and then just give me more. I don't want to just give me a big bunch. So,
right.
So that's happening. Okay. In light of all that, Vic, this shows you how far we are ahead of the rest of the country here in California, where recreational marijuana is becoming more the standard. The very first recreational marijuana stores are going to be opening this Friday in Massachusetts. Both stores, one is in Northampton, and the other is in Leicester. They would open Tuesday. They will open Tuesday morning after the Cannabis Control Commission, the state's marijuana regulatory agency, authorized them to begin operation. So give it up.
Okay, cool.
That's all how far. This is why it's blessed to live here in California, man. This is why it's blessed to live here in California, where we have legalized recreational weed. I still have and I tell everybody still, I embrace getting the medical marijuana card because of the protections that provides you. getting that medical marijuana card and having that, because that's going to provide you with some protections for the future as a medical marijuana user. Remember, I have every legitimate reason. You know, I've got back surgery, major laminectomy, L3-4-5, 2 shoulders, spinal stenosis, long history of these things. So I have every legitimate reason. And sometimes I just want to have happy time, just like you had in the shower this morning. So for everybody, I want to thank you. Remember, it's your turn for happy time. Wash your hands.
Times are a-changing, but some things stay the same.
Wash your hands.
You start each morning with a cup of coffee every day. Maybe hit the snooze, turn on the local news, but nothing good comes from a one-sided point of view. Marijuana for dummies. Come for the info, stay for the reefer. Marijuana for dummies. Come for the info and stay for the reefer.
All right. We're going to be coming back with new sports as we go into part 2 of Morning Coffee with Mario. That's the part 2 of the show. We have the new sports. We have the hot picks. Wonderful time with Vic. It's going to be wonderful. Here's my remake of a classic.
I was so in love with you. Rarely see a love that's true. Wasn't that enough for you? Wasn't that enough for you? I would climb a mountain. I wouldn't wanna see you fall. Rock climb for you. Give you a reason for it all. You kept on thinking you were the only one. Too busy thinking love is a gun. Hit me like a slow bullet, like a slow bullet. It took me some time to realize it.
Right. I see that.
I mix it up sometimes.
Kept on thinking you were the only one. Too busy thinking love is a gun. I know the ending before the story's been told. It's not that complicated, but you're gonna need a bulletproof soul. Kept on thinking you were the only one. You kept on thinking you were the only one. Too busy thinking love is a gun.
Stories been told. I know, I know, I know, I know. It's not that complicated, but you're gonna need a bulletproof soul. Hit me like a slow bullet, slow, like a slow bullet. Took me some time to realize it. Hit me like a slow bullet, like a slow bullet. Took me some time to realize it. Hit me like a slow bullet, like a slow bullet. You're a trigger happy to realize it. Hit me like a slow bullet, like a slow bullet. Took me some time to realize it. Hit me like a slow bullet, like a slow bullet.
That's right. That's the Hemsley Foster Project. Irvin Foster and me. That's our rendition of Bulletproof Soul. Paul Russo on sax. You can write to Paul on Facebook. Tell him you heard it, how much you liked it. Madam Indica O'Shun on vocals on that track. Yet to be released. Irvin wrote me and said, just release it. I guess we should. We were going to go back and do some other stuff, thinking up the backgrounds and stuff. You know, I don't know. Anyway, that's our version. Bulletproof Soul. License, we're supposed to, we got it. I paid the license for the release. It's ready to go. But who knows? Right, Vic? Who knows? That's the record label days. And
You're more worried about it than he is.
hey, that's right. That's what I said. He said to put it out there.
Right.
What can you say? Are you ready to talk about some sports?
Yeah, a little bit, man. Just
You
a little.
dressed appropriately, damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Victor Allen's New Sports. His unique fan-based view of sports, written and directed by the bald-headed black man, the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Rub his head and make a wish. Time for sports. Sport bras and jock straps. Bring your own Loachman cream. Foot powder. It's time for sports. Take off.
You know, I just realized something, man. I think women would prefer rubbing your head more than you think. I'm just letting you know, man.
Well, I never think about it, but Vic, thank you for
just letting you know.
sharing that with me.
Because, hey, man, I'm just saying. Because, you know, they probably want to let their fingers do the walking. I'm not going to put you on blast yet. I'll leave you alone. Okay, check it out, man. Okay, I got to make this about L.A. today, starting off. Okay, because we need something because, of course, what's happening with the fires and everything. That's the backstory of everything. So, you know, I'm never forgetting what these people are going through and what's coming up with possibly this rain runoff that's going to hit them. And it's probably going to affect not only those who are looking for shelter and those who are going, well, now what? So, right now, I'm going to try to choose what I think you're thinking. There's two names right now that's in LA that's dealing with sports. What do you think the one that our people in this community are following? Is it the Rams versus Kansas City tonight or LeBron's 51 from last night, setting an NBA record of scoring 50 with 3 different organizations and heading and leading the MVP, I guess you can say, competition, while the Lakers are above 500 and almost kind of winning at 500 on the road. What do you think most of the people are tuning into? Rams or LeBron and Lakers?
I think it's the Lakers. They're tuning mostly into the Lakers, but the Rams are getting attention now. They are, but even I think this attendance figures suggest maybe there's some competition things going on, because I don't think either one of them are doing as big as they could do.
Right.
The two football teams, being the Chargers.
Yeah.
The Chargers doing worse, I think, than the Rams are.
Well, yeah, they got that limited capacity.
Yeah, but they're not
stadium.
feeling that.
No, because it's hard. You know what they say. It's like, are you going to be here for a while, or is this a pit stop until you get the stadium back in San Diego?
Well, that's the question. Again, that all lies into the question, what keeps the focus here more in Los Angeles? And I think because, first of all, because the history and the legacy and the championship, it's the Lakers. And I think you've had a resurgence of the Laker fan base. I know for me,
Right.
Remember how many years we went through this, Vic? We were talking about the Lakers, and I was the guy going, I was the anti. Now we're
Right
in a
after
whole
their
different.
right.
Yeah, now it's a whole shift in what we're doing.
2010, they've been in a. It's almost like it goes through these. You go through several years of going like you're down in the dark cave. I only say that because everybody's tuning in for the game of the year. By the time people see this, I guess, video, the game will have already been played. So we've already kind of looked at this. Is this overhyped as the game of the year? And the reason why I say that, is it the game of the year for the Patriots, who already beat Kansas City? Is it the game of the year for New Orleans, who said we already beat the Rams? So how is this the game of the year? Or is this the hype that they're putting on it? So
Oh, it's totally hype. It's only hype.
Okay, so
There is no game. That's bullshit.
wait a minute.
They even calling the Super Bowl the game of the year is hype.
Right. Because they're already doing the condition of getting you to tune in, because this is what everybody wants to see. We already know the best team playing right now is the Saints. Got it. But if you had to go with the Rams as being the team you want to get behind, or Kansas City, shouldn't you look at the medical injury report before you start making your fantasy bets, your Vegas bets? And that should be the first thing you determine, because health-wise, some teams are struggling. So I wanted to first go like this. Does it matter which team wins tonight as it relates to the long-term goal of getting in the Super Bowl? Can either of these teams, who are not that good at defense, win with what they currently have as defense? Now, here's where it's changing. Kansas City's getting better, but they're still not in that top tier. Rams, they found a weakness, and maybe this is all associated with their injuries. So Cooper Kupp is out, he was in one of the top leading receivers in the NFL. He's done. Aqib Talib, he hasn't even kind of recovered yet fully to play in the defensive secondary with the Rams, where is there a weakness. Seattle's already proven in other teams that they can run on the Rams all day long. So if these teams have this defensive area of concern, is this the game of the year? And I'm going, in what way? Is it because it's the Rams? I don't know. Who are you pulling for tonight?
I think, well, I'll tell you what. This is why I think it's important. And whether you want to call it the game of the year, I don't know, Vic, but here's why I think it's important. Because it actually could be a Super Bowl preview.
Could be.
Could actually. And here's the thing that's interesting. We know, especially in football, where you have less games, it becomes really apparent how you can shift from one game to the next game. In other words, in basketball, there's so many games, sometimes you get lost. But in football, when you're, especially with the interconference things, you recognize how you could lose one and win one, whatever. But at least it raises that question. Could this be a preview into the Super Bowl? And I wonder.
Well, let me just do this first. Right below this, we go to what we call the injury report, because no team can get there unless they're healthy. So we're just not focusing on the Rams. I would say they're coming in limping a little bit, because they have been kind of on defense getting worse while Kansas City's getting better. The best bet is, can Kansas City win on the road? I believe they can. They almost pulled it out in Patriot country. So if I just go look at the injury report, I'm going, we got 2 Rams that are like featured players who are not going to be playing in this game. And Talib hasn't even played all this season, so he's not coming back till December. So as I go down the list, I said, well, if you're going to go and try to make a prediction of who's going to be in the Super Bowl, let me look at the injury report. So if I look at Alex Smith, the Redskins, that horrible injury that he had, multiple compound fractures, terrible. They say turn away, kind of reminds you of the Joe Theismann injury when you see it. And it happened on the same day 30 years ago for Joe Theismann when it happened. Titans, well, let's see. Are they coming? I'm not sure. Let's say the Chargers. Well, the Chargers lost yesterday. Maybe it's because they didn't have their linebacker. Maybe because they took for granted the team that they were playing, of course, that, Denver is not coming that strong, but Denver plays everybody tough. Eagles. We can just push the Eagles aside now. Everybody's convinced after the shellacking New Orleans game. It was terrible, man. I mean, it was embarrassing to see it. Joe Flacco, the Ravens. He's out on hip injury. Gronkowski. Can the Patriots win with Gronkowski out as tight end? And believe it or not, the Chiefs have a secondary DB, Eric Berry, who hasn't even played this year. So to me, it's kind of early to say what's the game of the year. I think the game of the year starts with the playoffs. Now, here's the other thing. The LA thing, Mario. Who do you think is going farther in the playoffs? Chargers or Rams?
Oh, Rams, definitely.
Oh, although the NFC is a tougher sled.
Yeah, it's just they're a better team. The Chargers have a lot more competition, and to me, even though they at times have really come through,
right,
it's tighter and closer for them, man. I like what they have, but it's just tighter. And I don't see them. They could be Kansas City,
right,
but I'm not going to favor them. I mean, it's possible, you know what I'm saying, but,
Yeah, I will say this.
No.
Chargers lost yesterday. It was actually, you could say, the quarterback did something. Hey, look, Rivers kind of messed up on some stuff. He made a oh, my God, he did. And look, I'm not going to knock him for it because he's been solid the whole time. So I'm just going to give him the pass because Denver plays the most teams tight. Now, let me just go to the AFC ranking, and let me see if you follow this trend, because I'm watching teams that are losing and by default getting in the top 5. So if I go to my top 5, I got Kansas City 1, Pittsburgh I moved up to 2, New England at 3, Houston Texans at 4. Even though the Chargers lost, I still kept them at 5. You have any team that you want to insert in there, or you want to switch roles with? Do you believe Pittsburgh?
I'm comfortable with this kind of as it stands.
Okay.
Even though, the Pittsburgh New England thing to me is, I probably would have put New England second.
Okay.
But I understand the way that you're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but other than that, I'm kind of right with you.
I'm looking at, every time I look at these rankings, I'm looking at the plus minus. When I see that they score more offense than give up on defense, you're going to get in that top. And then when you go see how they play out.
Well, too, Vic, and you listed injuries as the big factor, right?
Right.
But remember, for some of them, the injuries may or may not have the same impact. For example, specifically, Joe Flacco's injury may not have the same impact if the quarterback who now takes control continues to perform like he's doing.
Right.
It won't necessarily be a negative factor. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you never like to look at injuries as being a positive factor. I'm just saying the impact on the team may be different because of the back player.
When they start scheming
everybody's
for
waiting to see.
Right. See, the players that are not who are not seasoned in the playoffs, they get schemed against in a certain way that they haven't experienced before. So you have to put a lot into the confidence. Patrick Mahomes, for example, you end up going, he has no fear. And that what makes him, he doesn't have his feet are not moving constantly. An example of probably like, well, I ain't going to bust out on these quarterbacks because it's game to game. I'm just saying that right now, if New England and Pittsburgh are always in the mix, they scheme better against those quarterbacks for their first time. They show them things they haven't seen before. So I'm only saying I'm keeping Kansas City number one. I would love to sit back and move the Chargers up. I can't because they made some decisions that were some mental decisions. But when they get their Bosa back, the linebacker, when they get him back, they're going to be a wrecking ball on defense. And so when he comes back, they're going to be even stronger. And it's proven that way, but we'll see. What about the NFC top five? This was hard, dude. You know why it was hard? Everybody was losing. Carolina's losing. Minnesota was losing. You're going to be shocked who I put in my top five. I got New Orleans number one, Rams 2, Bears 3. They're showing defense and their point differential keeps increasing. I shot Seattle in there because Seattle, believe it or not, they're showing some consistency on both sides of the ball. Their point differential is increasing. They didn't lose lately. I can't take into consideration Carolina because they just lost. I can't do that. I got Dallas in there. Did I commit a sin? Putting Dallas in there.
Who are the other ones that's I wanted to scroll. The other ones that, okay, for the first three, I'm kind of with you.
Right. When you go see what they...
It's the last two as compared to whom?
When you go down...
Seattle.
You can go down and look at the chart for the NFC.
I wanted to look for the
and when
NFC
you see it,
at the bottom.
and look at the point differential, and then the teams that usually are up there that I had before,
So
like...
you took Dallas as opposed to Washington.
Who just...
You took Chicago.
Yes.
You took Dallas as opposed to Minnesota because of how bad they look.
Yeah, and they lost.
And okay, so this is where I would probably be different from you because I would probably take Carolina over Seattle. Okay.
You know they lost their last two games.
Yeah, but still.
Okay.
Going forward.
All right.
I still think you have a better, team. And then looking here, I would probably think I would have held out with Minnesota over Dallas too, even despite the loss. So,
I see what you're saying.
So we'll see, and I would say that my belief is that the end of the season, that's what you'll see.
Right.
But who knows?
Right. So what you're getting...
As I said, it depends on how you're doing your ranking. If you're doing it based on what, like I said, on where they sit today and
Yes.
win and loss,
Yes.
that's the easiest one.
Right.
But then once you start saying you want to take into account injury,
Right.
that's your decision. You
Yep.
don't have to take into account that.
No,
You
I
can
don't.
just do it by the record, where they're ranking it.
Right.
So one can make the argument that taking into account injury could be relevant, but since its impact is hard to actually be clear,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Okay,
That's
here-
why I said, so mine is based on more what I think is the potential of the team. I think as you go forward, Carolina and Minnesota,
Right.
based on their pedigree, will be better, I think, than Dallas and Seattle.
Yeah.
But I understand. See, to me, after the first three,
Right.
we could debate. Everybody can
I agree.
debate. It's
Right.
only we'll
It's
notice
not-
we agree on the first three.
Right. Right.
Okay, so
Well, yeah. That's why I said this is not for me.
I don't even have a problem. I don't even have a problem with the order right now because right now it looks like New Orleans could be a tad stronger than the Rams.
Oh yeah, they are clearly stronger because their defense they're the best defense out of the top three teams that everybody's excited about. Saints, Chiefs, and Rams. They by far have the best defense. Then the Rams were there, but Kansas City now is improving while the Rams have not shown that
Well,
they can rebound.
in the NFC. In
In the NFC, right? Absolutely.
Okay.
Either team is at exit. Just a yes or no. Is a LA team going to play in the Super Bowl? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. See,
I
that's
still
all.
think the Rams are going to be the one playing the Super Bowl.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, I still think it's the Rams.
Okay. All right. Got to talk Lakers, man. They say they don't want LeBron working that hard, but if he pops out and does that 51, he has a choice. I have to score 51 for us to win, or do I have to win because we need that record on the road? We're not sure. He already created this historical record by saying first player to have 50 points with 3 different teams. Is he wearing himself out, or is he going, don't underestimate me, don't let the 33 get in the way? I got longevity.
I think he's the best judge of all that, and he's certainly proven to be the best judge. I'm totally confident with the team's direction, the pace of that direction. In fact, they've already exceeded my expectations
Right.
in terms of building the team,
Right.
by the players they've assembled and the quality of competition in terms of energy and spirit that they've gathered.
Right.
They've already exceeded my expectations. So I get to sit back and try to enjoy the record, not worry about it. They may not do, like you said, what we want, but now they've built a team that competes in the way that I need to see and feel.
Right.
So I'm happy, and I can sit back and try to have the record I want, but I get to enjoy the competition, and that's the best thing about it. It doesn't make it, you know what I'm saying? You could go into a game
Right.
and then see if you win or lose, but I'm just happy with the way we compete. So.
Well, here's the good thing about it. They have 7 losses. In the Western Conference, the number one position has 5 losses. So there are only 2 losses out of what they call the amount of losses in first place, which tells you that everybody's going to need time to sink in to get their mojo ready. We already know why the Golden State Warriors are not winning, because Steph is injured, and they got to be able to synchronize their efforts around.
Well, they're assuming that's why.
Well, yeah.
But I agree with the synchronizing efforts.
Yeah, because they get to. Let me say the difference with this is they got Kevin Durant, right?
Right.
You would think he would be more of an impact as it relates to winning.
Well, I would also say they've had previously stretches where Curry was out and they didn't lose in those. So
That's
what's
right.
the difference between those and now?
Yeah.
That's why I said people assume it's cost the injury. I don't assume it's cost the injury. I think that injury's a factor.
Well, they've won
but I don't
without
know
him.
that it's because of the injury.
No, they've won without him.
Yeah, of course, in the past. So maybe it's that the other people are not stepping up, or like you said, they're not gelling in the way that they need
Right.
to. Still early in the season.
Yeah, and they're going to pace themselves because
Yeah.
it's just the second half season.
Still too early. Still early.
Western Conference has almost 12 teams at 500 and above. You're talking about parity. About to go there. Guess who's in third place? Clippers. Guess who's winning on the road? Clippers. They're at, 10-5.
I like the way they compete.
Oh, man, they hustle, don't they?
Yeah, I like. See,
They
that's
hustle.
remember to me, Vic. You
They
know,
hustle, man.
Vic, we've talked about this in the past. The intangibles to me are always the issue. You know how much, even though I admit it doesn't always correlate well with the numbers, but those intangibles are bringing your shit. I like the way they're competing, dude. They made me a fan. I watched the game by accident.
Right.
By
I know,
accident.
I know.
And then just said, dang, yo, got me all into the game.
Yep.
Give it up for Coach, right?
Yeah,
Give it
yeah.
up.
He
Where's my
even
clap?
even Doc said, he said,
Give it up to
it's
Doc.
fun watching them play because everybody had tanked them automatically. I mean, literally tanked them and said, "Oh,
Yeah,
but
I had.
right."
I think we
Tanked them, man.
include me. I'm okay, and it looked worse on paper.
Yep.
But see, this is the shit we always talk about, Vic. It looks worse on paper, and then it performs better.
Right.
So there we go. Just like Carmelo, we didn't expect wonderful stuff, but we didn't expect it to tank this bad.
No.
This stinks. So, okay, here we go.
Yeah. That's just me.
Things
Look,
shock us.
Hey, I'm not trying to say that, hey, ride the wave, because the one thing they don't have right now beyond Lou Williams, he is their money ball time. 6'1", 175 pounds. He's money time, but he's really considered the player that comes off the bench. So they still haven't got that starting personnel or identified that, okay, when it comes to money time, who do you go to? But they got great defense and hustle. So nothing but respect for them. Also, shout out to Memphis Grizzlies, 10-5. Oh, nobody talked about them. They didn't even get into the radar of how well they're going to compete. So you got a new coach, you got the team hustling. Well, Western Conference looked like it's trying to serve up more competition. So I attribute the Golden State Warriors and Houston Rockets are the teams to beat, but the teams around them got better, and they're getting better. So you're finding that you just can't play at the same level. And right now, this is one of the rare times where the Eastern Conference teams have a better record winning percentage than the Western Conference teams. So this was just me just saying, hey, Clippers, Lakers, which one makes it to the playoffs, Mario?
Oh, well, that's a different issue.
Which
Totally
one makes
different.
Yeah, if you had to make a money bet, based on what you see now, who makes it to the playoffs?
Lakers.
That was a good one.
No, because the Lakers, I think, are going to get better and better as they move through the year. I
Yes.
think they have all the. They're better than I expected.
And they
Vic.
have LeBron.
And the bench is better, and then with LeBron,
Yes.
they got layers now of complexity of things they can throw. So I'm not talking about in terms of beating the best, but in
Right.
terms of competing against anybody,
Right.
that is definitely already there, which is a huge step up.
Yeah.
So because they have LeBron, like you said, anything's possible. I still don't think they can beat, well, they can't beat the Warriors of old, but as we know, time changes with every team, and
Get
sometimes
better.
for whatever reason you don't know,
Right.
something happens. Remember the year that the Warriors were beat by LeBron?
Right.
We were shocked then too, sort of, right?
Right.
So, okay, so let's see.
Yeah. Okay, so hey, look, just wanted to give a shout out. Also recognition to St. John Bosco over here, right in LA County. I can guess can say LA City. National #1 ranking, still holding on. It looks like they may do it throughout the rest of the year. Got to give them props, putting it down. Also, would cover some MMA, but I'm going to have to defer that, you guys. So if you guys are waiting for that update, waiting for some real good talk to come. I'm not trying to do the Mayfield fight with the guy from China, which I'm trying to figure out why is that fight happening and why are they trying to put that in the mix and what type of fight is it going to be. So I'm going to leave that alone for right now. But other than that, man, I'm out.
Here you go. Victor Adler, New to Sports. His unique fan-based view of sports, written and directed by the bald-headed black man. You got it. A recurring segment of the Morning Coffee with Mario show. At the top of the hour, it leads off part 2 every week as we do what we do and take it to the street. Remember to dress appropriately. Sports bras and jock straps. Bring your own foot powder. This is sports, damn it, and be prepared. I'm Mario Hensley, here and glad to be with you as we challenge the day with sports. Yeah!
That time, you guys get ready. Here's the last segment. I think you're going to like this segment because it's for the ladies and how much power they have. And let's celebrate when you're the queen.
Walked away, it was the saddest day that the world has known. Shattered my heart and left me with pieces of a broken home. Now you say you need me, stay
Well, it's that time, or you know what that time is. I had to think about a subject that at least wraps around what women have said many times about us, is that we tend to focus on showing the women. And I said, well, we're brothers, we're men. We're not trying to highlight the men for various reasons, and it's a man's world in his own mind. But it's a woman's world that's coming up in the game and saying the rules are being changed. And I said, well, why not I just roll along with it? Because, I'm all about that. You got to adapt to change.
Power.
That, man, all day. All day, you got to do it. So, what I decided to do is go female celebrities with the most exes. Now, most people, when you're growing up, they say, how many exes do you have? That usually doesn't look too cool because they go, oh, damn, why you have so many exes? Well, the ones we're talking about, the female celebrities, and notice they don't play in the playground of average men.
The rotation.
No, it's not. No, man. No. This is about power. The power is when you have power. And we're going to go with the top 7 from the bottom of the list as it relates to how many that are reported and documented. This is not talking about the ones that you may not hear about. And then we're going
It's still a rotation.
Then we're going to determine is that number a little underreported or overreported? Based on, and who do you think was the bawling woman who says, I'm the queen, I run this bitch? You ready for this? You ready for this? Okay, bro. This is about, I call it the female celebrities with the most exes, the ones we know about. It's good to be the queen. So, you ready to go for and I'll give you the arrangement here. You're going to get the name, and then we got 2 categories, dated and married. And then the number next to them is the amount. So I didn't list everybody's name. I'm just saying these are the documented exes. So here we go. In 7th place, Rihanna. Let me give you the names that she's dated as far as the men. Chris Brown, Drake, Jay-Z, Justin Timberlake, Rashad Lewis, Dudley O'Shaughnessy, Matt Kemp, Ashton Kutcher, Ryan Philippe, J.R. Smith, Leonardo DiCaprio, Travis Scott, and the recent, let's bow our heads, Hassan Jamil, the billionaire from Saudi Arabia. They are no longer seeing each other.
Rotation.
Mia Khalifa. It's good to be the queen.
It's good to be the queen.
It's good. Do you have any problem with her having to go?
I have no problems with her rotation.
It's not about rotation, man. This is about, okay, did you?
If there was guys, we call it our rotation.
Okay.
Our rotation of the hose.
This is wrong. Okay.
So instead of rotation of the hose,
Okay, you know what?
stole it. I stole that from Insecure.
That's your definition.
Issa Rae. That's what she called her. That's what she and her girlfriends called they group of men they were sleeping with.
Okay.
So that's why I stole it from Issa Rae.
So let me just say this. Do you see the caliber of men?
I do. That's why it's a rotation.
Wait. So let's go to the next, because I'm saying Rihanna, she should be at the top of the list. So it's gonna be one of those things where you're gonna go, oh, who's number 1? Who's number 2? Number 2, tie with 14 documented exes, Jennifer Lopez.
Rotation.
She has.
I wish I was on her list.
Okay. She has.
Shit.
She has dated Ben Affleck.
I do both of those first 2.
Chris Pacheco, Wesley Snipes, David Cruz, Puff Daddy, Rodrigo Santoro, Bradley Cooper, Casper Smart,
The mileage on that cat.
Maxime Chermosky,
Oh shit.
Drake, been married to Ojani Noah, Mark Anthony, and Chris Judd. It's good for her to be the queen, isn't it? Now, of course, her latest boo is Alex Rodriguez, and she's not rushing into marriage. I'm going, if you look at this cachet, why
I love
would
it,
you?
Vic. You dirty dog.
So let me just do this. I'm averaging it out. If she has 14 and she's been married 3, so 14 divided by 3, that's about 3.3. So she's almost in that time where it's time to get married again. You like this list, man? Is she ballin'?
This list. It reminds me back when the days when Vic was doing that serious hoeing.
No, man.
Out there
No.
sowing that seed.
No, okay, no. Here we
And it's Michael York.
No.
You dirty dogs.
See,
Remind me of the
so
dirty dog crew I hung out with. They were nasty.
Isn't Michael married?
I don't know what they are.
Oh, so
Dwayne
you just-
Jones.
so Mike-
Only
Dwayne-
back in the day.
Nobody knows those people.
That's okay. They know that's why I call them out. That's why
Okay.
they say, when I called your name, you dirty dog, I was
Okay.
there.
Okay.
I was the friend that was
See, look at it.
showing restraint.
We're going to number 3. We're going to number 3. All right, like I said, it's good to be the queen. The lady said, hey, show 'em. Showing you, here's the power. The next, Jennifer Aniston. 14 documented.
Whoa.
exes. 14.
This is all good shit.
Okay. Charlie Slater,
Man.
Daniel McDonald, Adam Duritz,
Oh,
Jon Stewart, Tate Donovan, Paul Rudd, Vince Vaughn, Matthew Perry, Paul Scolfer, John Mayer. You know who John Mayer is.
Yeah, man.
Married Brad Pitt, and of course married Justin Theroux.
oh,
Is
give it up.
she balling? Is it it's a woman's world?
It is.
Let me just say this. Notice that they're staying in within the entertainment circle.
They know better.
They're going like
Don't
this.
do athletes.
You need to be at my level
Don't
or
do
equal
athletes.
to, right?
Exactly.
We don't date average men.
No.
Good to be the queen.
I want the good shit.
Okay, so it's okay.
I want it.
Cool.
I want some.
Let's keep going because the list keeps going. Let's go to the next. The next. 15. Sienna Miller. Dated Jude Law, Daniel Craig, Orlando Bloom, sorry for the misspell, Jamie Dornan, Taylor Christensen, Josh Hartnett, P. Diddy, Jamie Burke, James Franco, Matthew Rise, Rise Infans, Balthazar Getty, Tom Sturridge,
Hold it.
Bennett Miller, Brad Pitt is rumored never been married. Is she going
Hold
through
it.
the cycle? Is she going through the
Rotation.
cycle? Rotation. It's power.
I want it to be a positive when we do it. That means when Vic has his rotation, we'll call it power.
No.
Right? It'll be power. See,
Wait,
when I
look.
get my rotation, I'll say, Vic, this is a throwback to the 80s. We got a
No.
rotation. It'll be power.
I'm doing so you guys
It'll be
understand.
Vic's buzzword, power.
What I'm doing is this.
Power
I'm
of the
wrapping the
rotation.
story around the women have the right to choice and
They
have
do,
multiple
Vic.
choices. Mario is using the word that I'm not endorsing. He's trying to put you guys
What are you trying to say when you point out they 14 lovers?
that they got a lot of choices.
Some mileage on that cat.
All right, let's keep
Burning
going.
rubber.
Let's keep going. Yeah, finally we made someone that hits this list that you go, wow. You know, it's Berry time. Halle Berry or Halle. Who has she dated? Spike Lee, Kevin Costner, Danny Wood, Wesley Snipes, Eddie Murphy was rumored, Shamar Moore, Fred Durst, Michael Ealy, Heavy D, Terrence Howard, Gabriel Aubrey, Alex the Kid, married David Justice, Eric Benet, Oliver Martinez. Do you believe that she's having a rough time with men or just having a good time with the
Rotation!
selection? It's the-
Where that cat?
Okay.
Why must I chase the cat?
Right.
Rotation.
Okay, so far, does it sound like women are struggling?
Not these.
No, they're not struggling, man.
Not these.
No.
I mean, struggling with what?
With what?
The whole saying no. Just say no.
Just say no, right?
Not to that D.
Okay, all right. Go
Give
keep
it
going.
up.
Go keep going. The name that has not been as prominent lately, but in her day she was, doing her thing, is Britney Spears at 17. Dated Mario Lopez, Robert Carico, Justin
Good
Timberlake,
looking good.
Fred Durst, Wade Robeson, Colin Farrell, Columbus Short, Isaac Cohen, Jonathan Rodham, Howie Day, Adnan Galib, Jason Trawick, David Lucato, Charlie Ebersol, married Jason Alexander and Kevin Federline. You
That
talk-
good stuff.
Hey, look, let me just say this. 17 documented. 17. This is unbelievable to me because you don't wrap your head around the numbers.
You
and
had
say,
more
well,
than 17.
I mean 17 cents. Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I know Dwayne Jones, Michael York, you nasty.
Okay. You know what, you guys?
Victor ain't counting them.
No, man.
Ask Victor how many he had.
It ain't gonna work. Nobody cares. Because they go, who are they?
Saying, who are they?
We're getting to your number one. You didn't expect her to be number one. It's called the family of royalty in acting. Drew Barrymore. 30. Okay? She skipped the 20s. 30.
Rotation!
Okay.
Catching up with my boys.
All right. I'm just
Getting close.
Okay.
Getting almost not close to York at all.
30.
Bobby
Documented.
Carson.
All right, here we go with the name so you can see. And if you want, you can. There's another graphic if you want to go below that. Start off with Leonardo DiCaprio, Christian Bale, Ricky Salomon, Corey Feldman, Balthazar Getty, Leland Hayward, David Arquette, Chris O'Donnell, Eric Erlandson, Edward Norton, Henry Thomas, Fabrizio Moretti, Sam Rockwell, and Heather Graham.
That good shit.
Okay.
Rotation.
Wait a minute. Married to Jeremy Thomas, Tom Green, and Will Kopelman. Did you underestimate Drew Barrymore's power, bro?
I did. I underestimated. I should have known. And now that I see, I become a fan.
Man, when they said number one, I was going.
Freedom.
Drew. Now here's the
Drew, you
Drew's number
screwed.
one. Unbelievable. I think Drew's having a wonderful time going.
Girl.
Tell me when I can stop.
Oh, we put a helmet on that soldier.
You know what that means for Drew? Every 10 dates equals marriage. So right now she's at 30. So 40. We don't know when 40's coming. Okay. Now here's where we're gonna go, Mario. Your choice of the woman who has the best based on the cachet of men she either dated and or married. Who's your number one? You can take it to the top of the list. Your own personal choice, man.
Everybody.
Go to the top of the list, man. Who's your first?
Start at the top.
Yes.
But Victor came in with his rotation.
Who's number one?
Rihanna.
14. Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez. 14.
Okay.
Jennifer Aniston. 14. Sienna Miller. Getting 15.
Let me stop you on this one. Hold that right there. Both those men were in a relationship with that woman and overlapped and created a controversy. Jude Law, Daniel Craig.
We knew that. We had, first of all, you think about it, but then we asked, do you have buddies where you and your buddy both tapped the babe and tried to pretend like you let her think that you didn't know. So she wouldn't feel bad that she was boning both of you.
Okay, there you go.
So there you go.
Gotcha. Keep going.
Next. Halle Berry. 15.
15. You know you shouldn't say.
Britney Spears, 17.
Wow, go ahead, Britney.
Drew Barrymore with this pick. 30.
Who?
I go with Drew.
Drew's the queen, right?
Drew.
Baller.
Drew.
She is the queen.
Rotation.
No.
Who's the queen?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Who's the queen?
Hey, the queen. It's good to be the queen. I think they're all queens. But I think everybody would be shocked to say Drew Barrymore is first and by a wide
He got
margin.
30 tags.
Documented. Which one is underreported? I'll leave that for another time, bro.
Rihanna.
You think Rihanna's underreported?
Rotation.
Done.
I think all of them are rotation. Bye, y'all.
You know what?
I want to thank you guys. That's been Hot Picks by Vic. Wow. Always rounding up the broadcast as part of part 2. So thankful that we have that. Hey, glad you could be here. You know we say, ain't nothing like the DNA. All the Facebook people, PMC, Tommy, Audrey, you know I love you, girl. All the people, Ricky Diaz, how we what's happening, brothers, Vincent Ward, hey man, Danny Gate, I'm gonna check it out. Y'all, give it up.
First off, I'm not your regular dude. I bust moves like a young MC. Yeah, sorta, that would be me. Got me thinking about putting down the mic one day to get some more love. Thanks for the love you gotta play. Hey, what can I say? I'm a Leo to the finish, man. I love God, so my faith won't diminish, man. Once I step up to the mic, I speak truth. Hip hop wasn't designed to exploit the black youth, but somewhere along the lines we dropped the ball. Yeah, I mean that man in the mirror, yeah, that ball dude. But now I'm back to right the wrongs of my past world. So let me walk this off my list like my name is Earl. Articulate my thoughts clearly like Professor Les. Do you remember Rap City with Deja and Les? I'm looking at the front door, bless the main source. You're full yet, wait till I hit you with the main course. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did. You know I still got it, why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. While you brag about it, I'll be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. Listen to Tribe or shit alone. You like my raps, but really I write songs. I like to do it like this once in a while to show some versatility and make you all smile. It's been a long time coming, I know, I feel it too. The more I take a break, it's like the more I break through. With my timeless space boy funk, I'm on point. You bless this microphone every time I anoint the pen and pad. I face the bad head on. Escape inside the music, see my diary's a song it's on. Till I write my next verse, then I go again into the studio. I feel I gotta flow again. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. This ain't just music to me, it's like my recipe. To be honest, it's more creative tranquility. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. They say they get me, I don't think they ever got me. My name's Kowalski, but they call me Kawasaki. Online I'm funds, but in real life I'm more like Chachi or Cola. I told you, I'm funky like granola. Bars, can't you see that I'm a star? Who pumps his own gas in the cold really fast? As I pass on your gold digging stash. I'd rather make my own money, not advance me loan money. No. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. I was spitting when you was a kid, you doing what I did, you know I still got it. Why you brag about it? I be on the solo, making my money's grow residual. I'm individual, nobody's got my DNA. So there you go. Nobody's got my DNA. Nobody's got my DNA. Nobody's got my DNA.
Alexa, begin playlist broadcast transition.
Your playlist, Broadcast Transition, on Amazon Music.
See y'all. Peace. See you, Facebook. Yes. See you, Facebook.